used to dream about cars and things, about being a star and things. I thought that I would outgrow this feeling. It seems my dream won't go away. So it's more like...
Hello, welcome, I'm Devil Sniper and today I'm bringing you episode number 25 of our career mode with Frankfurt. This is season number 2 and I've got to say I had a big sit down with the lads after the last episode. The game against Borussia Dortmund, the drop points in Europe was just not good enough. It's just not acceptable. You know, the team is getting better. I feel the team has improved. The acquisitions we made in the summer, we spent big. We spent a lot of money bringing in a couple of players, and I feel that they haven't really delivered as yet, and they need to start delivering. And the team on the whole need to start delivering. So you can see the first game is a home game against Hertha Berlin, and hopefully the boys can deliver in this episode and bring us some glory. We start off really brightly, a nice first time cross coming in, but unfortunately we just could not get on the end of it. And the boys on the right hand side with Stefano, who's been a fantastic fullback, probably hasn't had as many minutes as he would like, playing a nice interchanging football between Sonny and Annunaki. Sonny gets a little bit lucky there, swings the cross in, the header comes to nothing unfortunately, but I've got to say, you know, this team is feeling so much better. It's such a nice team to play with. It's a decent side and I feel we should be playing better, picking up better results. Sonny with a nice shot there. He's got a cracking weak foot. He's such a good player. I really am enjoying the growth of Sonny on his career mode. I feel that he's one of the best players we have in the squad and I would like to see him in probably 3 or 4 years. I'd like to see how good he could become because to me he plays so much better than his actual statistics and his actual rating. He is an absolute little diamond in the rough for me personally. But a half-time score of 0-0 was not setting the record straight, was not doing what I wanted the boys to do. You know, I want them to go out there and play with a little bit of freedom and try and get as many goals as they can. Play with the emphasis of, if you score 1, we'll score 25. That's the theory I want. It's a completely nutty theory, but if you score 5, we'll score 6. The old Brazilian theory would be nice, but it's just something we need to put right. But Constant going on a little run there. Plays a nice 1-2. Picks the ball up. Left foot, bottom corner. And he's our fullback. Getting forward and doing the business for me. A nice little run. I've got to say the boy's got so much confidence. And he's probably a player who deserves to play more minutes on the pitch. You know, we've got Bastian Obzipka, I think is sensational. We've got Sebastian Jung, who I think is sensational. We've got Stefano, we've got Constant, who probably both deserve to play, you know, more football. Stefano scored a wonder goal with his right foot in the top corner. Constant playing a beautiful 1-2, I think that was with Jonas Flum. Having the ability to get forward and having the absolute composure to knock it in the bottom corner was sensational. But I decided to bring Jimenez on, give him a bit of a run out because we do have a European game coming up soon and I want to make sure he's not rusty. As you can see, he is rusty. Taking him off early doors in the Dortmund game or in the last stages of the, I think it was the Dortmund game, or was it the Club Bruges game, hasn't paid dividend for me because he looked a little bit off guard there, and that was a simple header he should be knocking away. He should be sticking in the back of the net. But the last part of the game was all Hertha Berlin. Absolutely dominated us. We really just sat too far back. The problem was we just invited them onto us. We kept inviting them and it nearly cost us in that latter stages, but we done just enough to hold on and take the 3 points. So the boys have repaid me slightly, but it still wasn't the football. There was no real pizzazz. There was no real flair in that game for me personally, and that's what I want to see. A bit of pizzazz, a bit of flair, a bit of flamboyancy, a bit of biblical play, and we just didn't get it in that game, unfortunately. So we're going to change the team up a little bit, bring some of the boys in, take a few lads out. The rotation is so much more this year, I'm finding. Obviously, with the European football, we're having to rotate a lot more players, and that gives an unbalance to the side for me personally. I feel the side is not balanced with so many changes week in, week out. You can see we are sitting in 6th position in the league, which I'm quite happy with, to be honest. We're definitely conceding more goals than we did at this point last season, and we're conceding a lot more sloppy goals, in my opinion, just due to absolutely diabolical defending. So we have an away game against FC Augsburg. Hopefully we can continue on this good run of form. Hopefully we can continue and pick up the second 3 points to get 6 points in league games in this episode would be absolutely sensational and do us the power of good to push us up that table. We need to get up that table. I'm looking at 4th, maybe 3rd. I don't think 1st is going to be an option. Winning the German title when Dortmund are just not dropping points. They refuse to. But Sonny straight away bombing through. He has the opportunity to pull the trigger. He does. Perhaps that's because of his youthful enthusiasm, but it was nice to see shots raining in on their goal. Hakan on that right-hand side does a nice roulette, gets to the edge of the box, fires the shot in, but again, he should have been trying to bend that in the top corner. He went for power on a low shot, but it was a simple save for the Augsburg keeper. But Augsburg breaking forward down that right-hand side. They caused us a few problems, but nothing major. I mean, it was a simple header, and you can see Trappy wasn't bothered by it. He didn't even make an attempt to save it. He knew it was going wide, so it was a bit of a glory moment for our opponents, but nothing to worry about. But Hakan played a beautiful ball into Obzipka and got absolutely flattened. The cross comes in from Obzipka, and of course, the Iceman, Raul Jimenez, Atletico's number 11. I should have changed his shirt number, but I'd actually record this after he moved to Atletico Madrid. I have changed his number on my foot team, but I couldn't in career mode, which is a great shame. But we gave him the 19 shirt, but it would have been so nice to give him the number 11 in respect for him being at Atletico Madrid, which is such a major move for him. And let's be honest, Atletico Madrid have a history of making biblical strikers. I could pull 3 out of my arse straight away. Diego Costa, Falcao and Fernando Torres, just to name 3 off the bat. And there's a good few others that I could have named, but I'm not going to at this moment in time. But will Raul Jimenez be the next one? I personally think so. I've digressed. Let's get back to the career mode. Half time, 1-0, thanks to a wonder goal from Jimenez. He's just... every goal he scores is a wonder goal, in my opinion. He's just so powerful and dominant, and it was beautiful. But you don't have to panic. Hakan was not injured in that collision when he played the ball through to Obzipka. I mean, he was absolutely flattened, but thankfully he was all right. And we waste a glorious opportunity. The Augsburg keeper and defender absolutely cocking about with the ball, and we wasted it, which was infuriating. But Trappy with a world-class save, followed up with another world-class save. Is there any better goalkeeper in career mode, apart from Darlow, than Trappy and Adrian, of course, at West Ham? But is there any better goalkeeper than Trappy? He pulls saves out that no one has the goddamn right to save. That point-blank header save was just astounding, absolutely astounding, and he is the phenomenal reason why we were in European football. I've got to say, he's such a keeper and I love and adore him. But a beautiful corner and a beautiful goal from the main man, Jimenez. Yes, he scores a lot with his head, but to be fair, if you're going to stick the ball on a plate, he's going to head it in. It is that simple. Poor marking by Augsburg, as you'll see here. He makes a bit of space. He puts the defender the wrong side of him. It's a simple header. The keeper rushes out at the wrong time. If you're going to come for the ball, comfortable, take the ball. The keeper doesn't. Jimenez will punish you. Absolutely will punish you. And the boys have repaid me. That's back-to-back victories. That's 3 goals we haven't conceded as well, which is fantastic. And Jimenez has nailed 3 goals as well, which is absolutely sensational. The next game is another step in Europe. Yes, we are playing European football against Valencia. What an absolute awesome fixture. Valencia are a fantastic side, absolutely fantastic side. They've been better throughout the years, of course. I don't think they're at that level at this moment in time, which is a great shame, but it's going to be a hostile atmosphere. It's going to be an absolutely fantastic atmosphere at the same time, and you can see they are breathing down our necks. They've had 1 win and 1 loss. We've had 1 win and 1 draw, so this game is of huge. This game is just huge. It is. I think you might have understood that this game is huge, because this game is huge. We need the 3 points. Sonny starting off with a beautiful ball over the top into Stefan Sherlock, breaking into box, goes for the first time effort, and it's a great save from the Valencia goalkeeper. But what a beautiful way to start. You can see the boys are playing so well. We've got Hein playing in the CDM role. He's doing well. A beautiful ball from Jimenez into Elanusi. Elanusi with the ball back to Jimenez. Jimenez with the strike. 1-0 to the mighty Frankfurt. Get in there, Jimenez. 3 games, 4 goals so far, and what a beautiful finish. The ball from Elanusi was sensational. The control from Jimenez, the freaking finish from Jimenez is just out of this world. He's just the best player I have ever goddamn managed. He really is. He is just, I could go on all day. I think I should actually do a review on his Ultimate Team card, because I have a man crush on Jimenez. I freaking love and adore the guy. He is sensational. And watching a bit of Mexican TV with the old translations at the bottom, he actually seems like he's a really nice person in real life as such. So I am actually a big fan of him, and I'm actually going to start following him properly. A little bit like I do with Bonaperti, but with Bonaperti, I sort of stalk him. I don't really follow him, I stalk him. Unfortunately, he doesn't have a Twitter account. If he did, I would properly stalk the motherfucker. I really would, because I just love and adore him. Anyway, I've digressed yet again. As you can see, the second half has started. We're still leading 1-0, but Valencia are coming back into the game, and I had to take Raul Jimenez off as a slight precaution. He had picked up a slight injury, and I was very concerned. But Kladak with a beautiful, inspirational chip that unfortunately just goes wide. This is absolutely inspirational. The lad may not have confidence in front of goal. He may miss the odd sitter. Well, he misses a lot of sitters, but that was just inspirational. If that had gone in, I think I would have put that down as one of my most favourite goals from a player who I think is actually really good. And there you go. Look at that. A simple cross that we don't defend. Why do we allow teams to cross? We're not shutting him down. We're standing off like 4 or 5 yards. We're giving him the space to cross the ball. And if you give teams the space to cross the ball, they're going to find their striker, their centre forward in the box, and it's a simple finish, which is really frustrating. I've worked so hard with the boys to make sure they close down. Get tight, close them down. Don't give them a yard of space. We give them a yard of space, and unfortunately we throw a huge 3 points away. Absolutely 3 points. Throwing a bloody way.
I used to dream about cars and things, about being a star.